transgender, I mean, I guess first we have to address that it's a made-up term that's more recent, and it basically means you can kind of choose your gender. You can go over to here, go over there. It's kind of arbitrary. You know, Facebook, as I had mentioned, has 58 of them. You can just basically pick from. And the church would say, well, you know, it's not something that you can pick. It's kind of like your race. If you saw in the news recently, a leader from the NAACP, it was revealed that she was Caucasian. She was not black. And everybody thought she was African American because she changed her hair and her skin color and everything. And she was in a number of interviews, and she said, well, I identify as black. Even since I was a little girl, when I would do self-portraits, I would draw myself not with the peach-colored crayon, I'd draw myself with the brown-colored crayon because I identify as black, and I think we need to redefine what race is. And so the transgender issue is similar to this, where we think we can just kind of pick something else. But the fact is, I can't change my race. I simply can't declare, now I'm Asian by the end of this interview. It's just set in reality. And I think there's a whole spectrum of issues similar to this. One could be something as severe as species dysphoria, where people don't identify with their human body. They think, well, yeah, I've got a human body, but I really think I'm this particular kind of animal. I'm a cat, or I'm an eagle, or a bear, or whatever. And the unloving thing to be say, hey, if that's how you find fulfillment, I'm happy for you. That's very brave and courageous for you to come out and identify with what you think you are. That's not really the loving response. You could even look at something like anorexia, of a body dysmorphic disorder, where someone looks at their body and says, you know, I'm fat. And it's like, no, you're like 30 pounds underweight. You need to go to the hospital. You're not fat. But they look at their body and they don't see reality. There's even a term called transable, where a person has fully functional limbs, but they don't identify with that. And they think, yeah, my legs might physiologically work, but I don't see them as part of me. I don't identify. They don't work. And they'll live in wheelchairs or whatever, even though they have fully functional parts. Some of them will even try to request amputation of these parts because they don't think it's part of them or that it's not functional. And so what's going on here is a disconnect from the reality of the body. And so with the transgender issue, it's something very similar. But it's interesting when it comes to the topic of sexuality, everybody's like, whoa, hey, don't go there. Let them make up whatever they want to do. But in the end, we're defining ourselves by our feelings instead of reality.